Hi everyone, today, we're going to take a look at the 5 best FDA-approved epoxy for tumblers on the market for this year. First, we're going to show you our 5 best picks, then we'll talk about what you should look for before buying a best FDA-approved epoxy for tumblers. You can find timestamps and links to all the products we mention in this video down in the description below. Let's get started. Epoxy resins offer several advantages, making them suitable for many applications. Unfortunately, despite their versatility, most epoxies pose a health risk that may prove fatal when consumed in food. Yet, while many epoxy resin brands claim to be food safe, only a few are FDA approved. Lucky for you, we share some of the best FDA approved epoxy for tumblers in this post. Read on to learn more. What is food safe epoxy? Are epoxy resins food safe? Food-safe epoxy resins are inert and don't leach any chemicals when they come in direct contact with food. A typical epoxy resin results from a chemical reaction between an epoxy and a hardener. Even the best epoxy resin contains a high concentration of non-reactive fillers such as diluents and solvents, which may leach into food. These fillers pose a serious health risk when ingested. Besides checking the manufacturer's safety certifications, confirm if your epoxy meets FDA regulations. Moreover, follow the recommended mixing and curing instructions when using a food-grade epoxy. Doing so avoids exposing yourself to health hazards. Number 1. Max Epoxy Systems MaxClor 48OZ FDA-approved epoxy for tumblers. Max CLR epoxy is an FDA-compliant epoxy coating that suits brief food and beverage contact. It also delivers an ultra-clear coating on porous substrates such as wood. With this epoxy resin, you needn't worry about your health when enjoying popcorn or a drink in an epoxy tumbler. Following the product's application and curing instructions gives you a chemical-resistant, inert surface on your tumbler. Moreover, this easy-to-use epoxy is a suitable option for beginners and DIYers. When mixing, you require a 2-to-1 ratio of the epoxy and the hardener. Also, it comes with 2 measuring cups and stirrers that allow you to get your ratios down pat. The product also delivers a high-gloss sealant on various tumbler materials. This includes wood, plastic, and ceramic. With this epoxy, you can pour acidic, alcoholic, alkaline, or hot drinks into the epoxy tumbler without them wearing out. Besides tumblers, this 2-part epoxy is ideal for tabletops, cutting boards, and countertops. With this resin, you have a 70 minutes working period and at least 24 hours before it cures completely. Besides its easy application process, this product features a viscosity of 860 CPS. This low viscosity enables it to fill up gaps that may be present on the surface. Moreover, the low viscosity minimizes the formation of air bubbles. Bubbling tends to affect the effectiveness of epoxy on tumblers. However, there is also a catch since you can only work with level or flat surfaces. Lastly, it offers a durable, impact-resistant coating that will protect your epoxy tumbler from damage and scratches. But, it's more expensive compared to other epoxy resins on the market. What we liked most: FDA approved, easy to use, anti-bubbling, highly durable. What could be improved? It is expensive. It is suitable for flat surfaces only. Number 2. Environmental Technology 02128 FDA-approved epoxy for tumblers. Envirotex Light Resin boasts a high-gloss, pour-on resin that cures to a thick coating of about 32 square feet at 1/16 inch. However, while it cures in about 8 hours at 70 degrees Fahrenheit, you'll have to wait 48 hours until it attains full cure. Most tumbler art enthusiasts and artists claim that they started off using this product due to its ease of use and beginner-friendliness. According to the USA Safety Data Sheet, this eco-friendly epoxy emits minimal odor and incorporates a solvent-free formula. This FDA-compliant coating is suitable for indirect as well as direct repeated food contact use. However, ensure that you measure and mix the components accurately and allow enough curing time. You can trust this brand since you can seamlessly access their SDS safety data sheet on the company's website. It is also waterproof, and you can use it to preserve and beautify the integrity of your epoxy tumblers. Moreover, this 128-ounce kit offers resistance to heat and alcohol, among other solvents. Yet, beyond all the benefits it offers, some users complained that the environmental technology epoxy resin tends to yellow when exposed to UV rays. The yellowing could also occur over time, even in the absence of UV. Since the degree of yellowing or how soon it yellows varies with the tumbler material, resin artists still prefer working with this epoxy and even recommend it. After all, most resins tend to yellow, given the right time and conditions. Also, while the product claims to be heat resistant, it doesn't specify the maximum temperature it can withstand. What we liked most: FDA compliant, emits low odor, great for beginners who are learning to make epoxy tumblers, heat resistant, easy to use. What could be improved? Can yellow over time? Number 3. FGCI1 Gallon FDA approved epoxy for tumblers. Design your tumbler using any range of stains while using FGCI Super Clear Premium. FGCI Super Clear Premium is compatible with mica and pigment powder colorings, alcohol-based inks, and common dyes. With tumblers, you want this flexibility and customization to achieve a mug that not only holds your food or beverage, but that also aligns with your looks and preferences. If you are making epoxy tumblers on a larger scale, then you have a range of colors to produce from that would fit different customer preferences. FGCI Super Clear Premium possesses the self-leveling capability, allowing you to smear epoxy resin on your tumbler, have it evenly distributed along the cylindrical face, and mask out any spatula or brush marks. FGCI Super Clear Premium ensures your tumbler lasts long without cracks or breaks due to the excellent build quality of the surface upon curing. FGCI Super Clear Premium is scratch-resistant, meaning it can withstand the normal scrubbing marks incurred when washing. FGCI Super Clear Premium has a high UV resistance, which is a handy feature if you are planning to use your tumbler outdoor or in rooms exposed to UV light. You can thus be assured of slowed yellowing, which leaves your epoxy tumbler aesthetically appealing for a long time. Key pros: heavy checkmark FDA approved, heavy checkmark color compatible, heavy checkmark self-leveling, heavy checkmark durable, heavy checkmark scratch resistant, heavy checkmark high UV resistance, heavy checkmark ultra clear, super glossy finish. Number 4. Promarine supplies 16-ounce FDA-approved epoxy for tumblers. Promarine Supplies Art Resin is built for the epoxy artist. It's all about giving your epoxy tumbler that great look, making it stand out in terms of sleekness and craftsmanship. Promarine Supplies Art Resin gives a stunning glossy look that is top-notch. After the epoxy cures, expect it to excellently reflect light from various angles, bringing interest into the epoxy tumbler design. Promarine Supplies Art Resin assures you of an intense shine that is everlasting. Design your epoxy tumblers for a grand display on your utensil rack for a long time, lasting the test of time. Enjoy the ease of use with Promarine Supplies Art Resin that features a simple 1:1 mix ratio. This way beginners, as well as professionals, can use this epoxy resin for tumblers. Make everlasting designs that can stand the test of time with Promarine Supplies Art Resin. Promarine Supplies Art Resin contains UV-resistant formulations that ensure the color accuracy of your tints and stains, maintaining the relevance and craft of your epoxy tumbler design. Take advantage of Promarine Supplies Art Resin's versatility, using epoxy not only for your tumbler project but for a wide range of projects, especially epoxy art projects. Kill several birds with a single stone. Key pros: FDA approved, super glossy, intense shine, color compatibility and retention, easy to mix, use, durable designs, versatile, UV resistant. Number 5. Craft Resin CR1L FDA approved epoxy for tumblers. Just like Promarine Supplies Art Resin, Craft Resin Creative Liquid is also built for the epoxy artist. The theme is similar, the excellent revelation of details. Craft Resin Creative Liquid increases the attractiveness of your epoxy tumbler project. You increase the aesthetic value of your tumbler, making it stunning. You can carry your tumbler almost anywhere after decorating with craft resin creative liquid, which might not be possible if your tumbler was a plain tumbler material. Craft resin creative liquid assures you military-grade durability that will leave your tumbler intact for a long time, withstanding the handling of normal daily use. Design your epoxy tumbler right off the bat using craft resin creative liquid, since the epoxy resin comes bundled with a pair of gloves and a reusable mixing stick for other projects. After craft resin creative liquid cures, you are assured of a crystal clear surface whose glossiness allows amazing light reflections that bring interest to the tumbler. Craft resin creative liquid is self-leveling, indicating its ease of use when applying in corners and along the cylindrical face. Also, the advantage of not needing to use spatulas for extra solvents to achieve consistent thickness. The key advantage of craft resin creative liquid is the bubble-free property, owing to its low viscosity. By having a bubble-free finish, you are adding to the attractiveness of the tumbler, since you can eliminate the unsightly features of bubbles that appear on epoxy resin surfaces. Key pros: FDA approved, ultra glossy finish, extra durability, bubble-free, self-leveling.